YouTubers. I won't be on here for long because I'm gonna get a knock on the door anytime soon. I know I haven't shaved. I'm going to shave today. I keep forgetting. No, it gets into a point in my life where I only shave when I see someone. As in, there's not outreach. So it's normally I only shave on a Saturday when I see mum and everyone else in the shop. I've had interesting times since I last talked to you lot out there, which has been a long time. I think about between 1 to 2 weeks. I think I did do a full video, but that was deleted because I tried to record myself doing TikTok and you couldn't hear me, so I had to delete it. So since I last spoke to you, I think, 'cause I haven't watched it recently, I've started the diet again. I'm trying to anyway. It's late at night after my dinner, and that gap between dinner and sleep is the devil zone for me, the hell zone for me. Because I wake up in the morning and the first thing I reach for after waking up and doing what I do in the mornings, I'll grab one of these because it's called the Cambridge diet. Cambridge, it says on there Cambridge. I do it where I buy 14 of these a week. For the day, it'd be expensive. 14 of these a week, so I have 2 a day. So I wake up in the morning, and then this is my breakfast. Then 1 to 2 hours later, because normally I've been waking up later and later recently, but unless I have outreach or I do twist and ducks, then I get up early-ish. I try and sleep 8 hours. I know it's been 8 hours because I listened to this saying, "Quit hypnosis, lose weight while you sleep." Doesn't work, but the music behind it works. It makes me fall asleep, like not instantly, but within 10 minutes of switching it on, I'm asleep. So in the morning, I have one of these. Then around 2 hours later, I'll try and make it around 12. I have another one. Then in the zone, the bad zone, the first of the 2 bad zones, because I fibbed a little bit. There's actually 2 dead zones. The first dead zone is between lunch and dinner. So when I've just had that shake, and then it's not really dinner time because I don't really want to eat anything until that's upstairs, I think, because knocking sounds different. That gap between lunch and dinner is one of my first dead zone because I'm hungry. Because these used to fill me, but now they don't. So that's my first dead zone. So I normally snack on like 1 to 2. I try my best to cut down because for my snack today, between my lunch and my dinner, was 1 packet of crisps and a couple of chocolate bars, but not proper chocolate bars. These are like mini chocolate bars. And that's all until I had dinner. At around 6. No, 5. I had it around 5. Then I'm gonna call this diet. Plums and Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. Diet, plans, and miscellaneous. Yeah, I'll call it. Anyway, so that's how I do. That's what I'm trying to deal with the first dead zone. Is I have something small. If I could have another shake, I would, but I'm running low. Could only buy 2 per week, and it runs out very quickly. If I have more than 2, so that's why I do have ones I make myself. I can't be bothered at the end of the day, so that's why I'm gonna look into like healthy crisps and well, not there's no such thing as healthy crisps, but low calorie crisps, low calorie chocolate bars. So if I do feel like a chocolate bar, I can have one, and I feel that guilty. Then evening meal, I normally have a ready meal that's in the freezer aisle at Asda, which is around at 500. And this is the first week I have to admit that I've actually stuck to it, because the previous weeks I've remained the same, because the last 2 weigh-ins from before Christmas, well, I've had 3 weigh-ins actually, because I had the weigh-in just after Christmas and New Year break, and that's when I lost half a pound. And then I've plateaued because I wasn't really sticking to it, completely honest, but I am now, because I'm hearing all these stories now on the chat that we are all chatting with, like, lost a stone, lost 5 pounds, lost 8 pounds. Like, I can actually do that, lose this weight, if I actually put my mind towards it. So this is going to be empty. So that, so now is the dead zone for me, because I've had my dinner, and I don't normally go to bed until 10 at the earliest, and when I do go to bed, I sometimes go down the TikTok hole, or depends what mood I'm in, I might go down the watch a certain video hole, even though I know exactly what's going to be said. And by the way, I have seen his latest video, well, one of his latest videos, about how he's getting rid of Kermit. I made a list in Deborah. That's what I've got in front of me, of everything else that he said he's still got. That's mine. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So if he wants to get rid of things that he got from when he was in a relationship with me, because when he's talking about relationships, he's on about with me, he has to get rid of the PlayStation 2 and everything, my Nintendo DS with everything, the Tramp stuffed doll that I bought him, because he bought me Lady. I will never buy myself a Tramp to go with my ladies, because I've got 3 ladies now, so I'm not going to ever buy her a Tramp, unless my partner at the time does, but I'm single at the minute, and I don't see that changing until I've got my vaccines. A Nick stuffed toy from Zootopia, he got that from me. A Dumbo stuffed toy, he got that when he was with me. Don't know if he still got that or not. Wait a minute. Lotso Hug'em Bear, he got that from me. Owl/Olivia, the owl puppet, he got that with me. The dog puppet, called Floppy Ears, he got that with me. And the only one I can think of, even though there'll be a load more, is my mum's wand. So if he wants to get anything that reminds him of me, get rid of all that stuff as well, and replace them. because there's one thing I'm more good at about than anything else in this list. It's my mum's wand, the owl puppet, and the Nintendo DS. Everything else I don't really give a stuff about. But those three things. More importantly, because the wand was not mine. It belonged to my mum. I have a picture in one of my photo albums and even on Facebook of me when I was around 6, I think. And it was around the same time that my Nana Nancy was still alive. And I had this whole outfit that I loved to wear. Black dress, wings, wand. And the wand is in that picture. So it proves that it was my wand. Because it wasn't actually my wand. I had to ask permission whenever I wanted to use that wand. It was only a wood wand, but still. It meant so much to me. The mum said, yeah, you can play with it if you want. And then I feel really bad that the idiot May left it at mum's. Left it at his, sorry. So I'm never going to get it back. The time I knew that I left it, because I'd left so much stuff at his, I try not to talk about him, but he's on my mind right now. I remember when we broke up. To be honest, I wasn't really that heartbroken. As much as I was heartbroken over me and Adam breaking up, me and him, I wasn't really that broken up. He doesn't even deserve a name, that's why he's not getting one. For this comment he made last week, I think it was. Anyway, I'll go back to that. So, when we broke up, I texted him numerous times. I think this is how it went. I could be wrong, but I think this is how it went. I texted him and we went back and forth texting about my stuff. I wanted my stuff back. And it felt like he was blanking me and playing difficult. So the day came where the day we planned came where he was dropping off my stuff. And he was picking up his stuff as well, because he'd left stuff at mine as well. But I'd left more stuff at his than he had left at mine, because I spent most of my time with him, because his mum was coming out of hospital, so I'll spend more time with him. Well, I know at the same time his mum was in hospital, my nana was in hospital, so I should have been there for my nana and my family, but I put him first. That's one of the biggest regrets of my life, is I did that. Anyway. So, he came with 3 people, in 3 different cars, and all I had was my mum. I did ask for Percy House, my support, to be there, but it's not their jurisdiction. They were going to be there for when he had left in Effie-Fern, if I needed any help, but it's not their job, basically. They're there to look after me, not to protect me, for instance. So I had my mum. And if push comes to shove, my brother Michael, it might have been far away, but he would have been there. He would have jumped in the car and been like, I'm on my way. From Amble. So that's a good half an hour drive. But he would have been. So we said hello and everything. I don't know why, but I hugged him. It was just something you do. Then he dropped my stuff off in my house. I give him his stuff, because luckily I had everything in the sitting room ready. Then I noticed something. Not everything was there. Barely anything was there. So I was angry, I was pissed off. I needed a minute. I need to go back in the house to see what I've actually got. Turned out I only got the bare minimum. So I kept some of Kieran's stuff. I kept some of his stuff to one side. It was a suitcase of stuff. Because I says that's not my stuff. There's still more stuff. So Kieran said, he says that there wasn't enough room in the car. He had 3 cars, so obviously there was room in the cars. And he had forgotten what was mine and what wasn't. I'm like, so I had to go out of my way to remember what I left at his, even though looking at the stuff to think, that's not mine, that's not mine, that's not mine. So obviously if it's not yours or your mum's, it's mine. So when you think, that's not mine, and it's not my mum's, so it must be Emily's. I had to go out of my way, right, to remember what I left. Instead of him thinking, that is not my mum's or mine, so it must be Emily's. So I had to go out and I had to send him a text listing everything I could remember. And one of the things was my reborn baby that I got from my dad. And that's got a story all to itself. I was given Sally, the reborn doll, on my birthday, which was May. Bear in mind we broke up in August, so that's another couple months down the line. You didn't let me hold her, look after her. She was not technically born yet. I had to keep her safe in his chest, his memory chest. Looking back on it now, that was some of his controlling behaviour, I think, that I wasn't allowed to look at my own property. Not only was she there, but my puppet, Laura, she was there. She's got different clothes on now, but yeah, my puppet Laura was there. And so many other things. And I could only remember the bare minimum. The only reason I know I left more is because since the breakup and since he gave me my stuff back, well, the bare minimum again, of he has outrightly said, I've got rid of this that was hers, got rid of this that was hers, got rid of this that was hers. I want to see his first play with the Theatre Academy in Theatre Royal, which I do regret going to because I went too soon. I do that. I think I'm ready for things when I'm not. I went with Sally in the pram that he bought me. It was around 110 quid. I know he's not getting it back. And, oh yeah, talking about that pram, he liked putting me in the firing line a lot when it came to him and his mum. Because he was never going to tell his mum that he bought me a pram for my reborns. He was never going to say that. So I had to. So she would see some money was left his account, and instead of asking, and Kim would have stayed stum. I don't know what he would have said, but I had to speak up and say he bought me a pram. But he also bought me lots of baby stuff, which I've now got rid of because, in my mind, the dolls are just dolls now. They're not my babies anymore. They're just dolls in my mind. I'm never going to have children on my own, and I'm happy with what I've got. So yeah, that was the story of why I haven't got all my stuff, is because he's stolen them, basically. So a lot's happened since I last spoke to you, and I'm sorry this is a long one. I have done the children's TV again. I do miss one of the people because there's one person that's not been there for about 3 weeks. I'm going to try and contact him this week because I want him to come back, because it's not the same without him. Me and my best friend Jess has decided we're not going to Fresh this month. for Valentine's Day because of what? Because we went the last 2 times, and it's boring. It would have been fine. When it was pre-COVID, when we actually went to Dance City and sat down when we wanted to do, danced when we wanted to. Actually, even then it got a bit boring. I'm not dissing it. It's just my opinion, and my opinion is it's boring. Because all that goes on is you're like this in front of multiple people and music in the background. That's it. You can do that in your room anytime. You can't chat to people, you can't do anything, you just with music in the background on Zoom. So me and Jess aren't going. She might feel differently, but right now, and because we spoke today about it, we're not going. So I do apologise for talking about him. He's been on my mind. And my birth certificate for my child. Sally Jess Antonia Matheson. I'm changing that name. And then Laura Shelley Tigger Matheson. And Stevie Henry Pat Matheson. I'm going to be changing some of those names because Antonia. The only reason it was Antonia was because Kieran's middle name is Anthony. Yep. Oh yeah, the puppet. And then Pat is because Adam's middle name was Patrick, and that's why it was Pat. But not anymore. I'm just gonna stick to the real names. I bought myself a dog for Christmas. He's got the name Henry. Because my first dog that I thought was going to be my child when I was growing up, that I took everywhere with me. I took shopping, I even fed Weetabix, was called Henry. And that's why the dog in there's called Henry, because I've got too many Tiggers. Tigger Junior, Tigger Senior, Tigger. I've got so many Tiggers. It's because I used to have a dog called Tigger. Rest in peace. It feels like my ouch is late. Well, she doesn't come until 7:15 anyways, it's fine. Okay. Diet. Oh yeah, my plans. I haven't got much plans. It's because it's repetitive and boring. My plans. Seems like Monday, children's thing. The only thing I look forward to now is a Monday and a Saturday. That's the only 2 things I've got to look forward to now. Because normally I looked forward to doing the ducks. Not anymore. Not since we're doing Zoom. Anyway, so Monday's the children's thing, which I really love doing. I'm going to be good at when that ends. Tuesday, I get my food, I get weighed, and I do some housework. Wednesday, twisting ducks. Thursday, it feels weird not doing anything on a Thursday. Because normally Thursday used to be Spectrum, but I don't do it anymore, I quit. Because of certain somebody and his mum. So I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, I don't do anything on a Thursday anymore. I'd like to go back, but she can't be there, and never can he, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. So yeah, I can't go back. And I'd only ever go back actually if they needed me for a part. But I won't offer it to anyone else but me first. If I had to set foot at Spectrum again, I can't. I'd only ever think about it when we go back to places and I've had vaccinations. That's the only time I'd actually think about it, because I can't do Zoom with them because it's just too difficult hearing his voice, seeing him. The only way it would light up my world is if it was just Hooch. But Hooch can't speak English, talk English. I miss Hooch. That's the only person in that house I miss, is Hooch. I'll say that to the day I die. The only person I miss in that house is Hooch. Anything else now, I'm not really bothered about. So then Friday, it's like today, where it's nothing. Absolutely boring else and nothing. I even started doing something on my YouTube. I've got like top 10 lists on my Watch Later 2 playlist. So I watch 10 normal videos on my Watch Later list, and then switch to my Watch Later 2 list, and as soon as like 10 pops up, I delete a video, 9, delete a video, 8, and so on and so forth. Some of them are 5, some of them are 7, some of them are 20s. So I have a notebook in the other room, but also, what also gets a tally is adverts and miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is normally like when you do watch one of those charts and they'll say, here's some bonus ones, and now we'll go on the miscellaneous bits. And so we'll get to a point where when the charts are all done, we're gonna put enough in the main Watch Later to tick off the miscellaneous and adverts, even though there might be miscellaneous and adverts in there. That's what I'm doing now. But apart from my Tuesdays I get to watch something I'm going to pay for. At the minute it's Switched Up Birth, which I've been wanting to watch, because basically with it being Prime, I have to buy season by season by season, and I'm on to season 3 and I don't know how much that's going to be. I always have around 24, I think, quid after buying for my diet food to buy on a season. Because after that, I think I'm going to watch Bad Girls season by season each week, and then I don't know. There are some I really want to watch, so I'll be doing that every week. I'm still doing Be Kind to Yourself. Oh yeah, Saturdays I shop with Mum, Sundays I have outreach, and then nothing. So those are my plans. So I am still trying to do Behind Yourself, but I didn't forget a couple of days yesterday. I forgot 3 days yesterday, so I had to go backtrack onto my calendar and be like, oh, it was this day. I'm sorry I'm mumbling on. You know what? I've been mumbling on for way too long. My battery's already beeped 20% already. So I'm going to call this Diet Plans Miss and Him, because he doesn't deserve a name. I know he hasn't talked about me that much, just that I gave him Kermit and he's getting rid. If he wants to do that, like I say, rewind back and I've listed everything else that he has still got of mine. So you have to get rid of all that stuff. I am thinking about getting rid of the pram, but I'll wait. Because I'm going to be an auntie in hopefully by May, the end of May, so May even, fingers crossed, might be the same birthday as me, because I'm the end of May as well, I'm 20th of May, so it might be the same birthday as me, hopefully. I'd like to share my birthday with my, hopefully, niece, but we don't know. We won't know until it's born, if it's a niece or a nephew. And the reason I'm keeping that pram is if they, that family, come up here and they just want to walk around Blythe or something, I have the pram there. But then when the baby gets a bit older, I have a stroller there. So as soon as the baby turns into stroller age, that pram's definitely going on, and I buy myself a trolley. because that's just taking up space. It is. I never actually use it anymore. I used to use it when I used to go to Blythe or on Blythe. I'm sorry. I said I was going to go off and I've been rambling. Anyway. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, please. And if you stuck around for me this long, please comment below. Because I like to respond to my comments about what you want me to talk about next time. I could talk about my PCOS, my weight loss. I could talk about anything. I can even bring a puppet if I remember. And if you do, ask me which puppet you want me to bring. Because I don't have a dog, but I've got a gnome. I've got people. I have, well, princesses. I can always bring Laura back, the puppet. I can bring my Kermit out. Just comment below what you want me to do, because I could always bring my Kermit out, which is not. Okay, this is a new Kermit. This is the Kermit I got after we broke up. I am thinking about getting rid of, but I have a Miss Piggy. That's not a puppet, but it's still a Miss Piggy, and I think she'll miss. I don't even know where Miss Piggy went. She's somewhere. Unless I got rid. I think I still have a Miss Piggy somewhere. I think I put her somewhere. Oh yeah, she's next door. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going now. Like, comment, subscribe, and comment below what you want me to do with next. I can talk with a puppet, and if you do, what kind of puppet. And yeah. And starting from Monday, I'm going to try my best to do a video every day on TikTok, because I've got this thing, be kind to yourself thing that you do every day. I think one of them is like go without your phone for the day. So I might do a review of that, but I can't delete any videos if I do it that way. Love yous, and thank you for sticking with me for this song for 32 minutes. Love yous.